celebration and people having a good time in the concert
Yeah.
hall.
No.
And I think people can be really, especially I think people in our generation and younger, they can be really put off by the formality of the concert hall. And it's not that they're put off by the formality, but they don't get it. They don't understand. So they don't know. They have all these questions and fears going into the concert hall. What am I going to wear? And yeah, what about this whole embarrassment of clapping at the wrong time? And am I going to make a fool of myself? And nobody likes to go into a situation feling stupid, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
And it keeps, and I'm sure that it has kept people out. And I have the same kind of philosophy of that, and I've tried to really bring in more of that vibe into the concert hall too, so that I talk a lot. I don't, well, maybe not a lot, but I talk before concerts. And my philosophy is that you need to make that invitation as friendly and uplifting and positive as possible, so that people are comfortable, because they're probably about to embark on a really profound experience, and the music itself can be heavy, so you need to make the invitation light.
No, I think that's absolutely true, and I think, you know, you asked what from that club kind of experience carries over, and I should also say that when we play in clubs, usually the second set we try to do a whole work with multiple movements, and you can still clap whenever you want, but I think the idea then is to kind of you know, to go, we get a lot of breadth, and then we get some depth, and really go into one piece. Because composers really do write pieces to go with each, to go together, their own movements to kind of connect with each other. And so it's not like we're trying to in any way. For us, the music is always the key. Right. And really, whether you're in a club or a concert hall, it's different, but it should all be in service to the music. So that's how we do it. We love playing. I mean, I really, it's so important. Like, I think especially recently we've been really focusing again on our concert hall work too, and just making sure that people understand that there's really no difference. The playing in a concert hall can be as free, as fun, as open, just like you're saying, as playing in a club, and it has the advantage of, you know, the acoustical, like, awesomeness that the concert hall is designed for. So that's why, you know, and we are, like, you know, definitely sort of saying to anyone, to our fans, but also anyone that's just even on the fence or interested in maybe should we come hear them, in sort of saying, look, yeah, it's going to be in a place that's designed exactly for this music. On the other hand, you are welcome as you are. You know, you should feel totally just welcome to show up, you know, in jeans, whatever you want to do. We still don't care when you clap. And if anyone gives you a funny look, tell us, because we'll, like, beat them up afterwards. So, no, we wouldn't actually do that. But
that's okay. I can take care of that. So
what's that?
I can take care of that part.
Oh, good. Okay, yeah, you're there all the time, so you can, right? Anyway, yeah. So, you know, and of course, people who the core audience of people that love chamber music and that have loved chamber music, or who are recently coming to it but really, really love it, are amazing, and there are the people that make our lives happen. So we you know, just saying, oh, hey, you know, if you've never heard this before, that you're awesome, and if you have, you're not, is not, you know, this isn't like the prodigal son. Like, to us, it's just like, you know, when we play Beethoven Cycle and people are sitting in the audience with the Beethoven complete score in their hand, we're like, you're awesome. Plus, I hope you don't notice if we don't hit it right now.
And you who don't have a score in your hand, you're awesome because you won't know when we hit it wrong.
Because you won't know, right? And you're awesome because you're not reading a score while we're playing. No, but it's great. I mean, it's really, really cool when people are that into it too. So
yeah. Well, it's just great that different people can experience the music fully, no matter where you come from. Like, whether you have 20 years experience of hearing a piece or it's your first time, there's a certain fresh factor to hearing a piece for the first time. Whether, you know, and I'm not talking about new music necessarily, I'm talking about like a Haydn string quartet. If you're hearing it for the first time and you're totally engrossed in that process and you're being taken along that journey with the quartet who's presenting it, that's a once-in-a-lifetime experience. You won't ever have that experience.
It's new to you, you know? It's like, it's as if you were going to be able to be there for the premiere of that piece, right. You know? And so, and, you know, for us, that's really our philosophy, too. Playing music from any time period is that it needs to be fresh and it needs to be something that's new for us every time, actually, which is, you can get into a rut with a brand new piece of music where you're not, reaching out interpretationally through it just as easily as you can do that with an old piece, and vice versa. You can take an old piece and, basically say, well, this is just, it's old and there's a standard way to do it, so we're not going to, the Budapest Quartet's recording in the 30s was the best ever, and so we can't possibly top that, so we better just try to copy it. Yeah. We're a different generation. We have different context. The music, on the other hand, is this very, some of it, especially the most amazing, quartet pieces that we play. I mean, if you think about these really enduring pieces, the Beethoven quartets, Brahms quartets, just stuff that I'm amazed by how every time we revisit it, there's new stuff to find, but it also has this enduring, like, incredibly profound quality with these layers that can keep getting unpacked. And then when you play a new piece, like the Torquay we're going to play on this festival, it's just like, it's so cool to hear what composers are doing now with that form, because they're so inspired by the importance of string quartet in the past, and they want to write really great music for string quartet. So we feel very lucky to get to do both, and we love doing both. And wherever you're at, if you are open to this music, you can have a really you can discover some things about it. You can go to a place that you might not expect you could. It's sort of like, and I think with music too, it's amazing because it's like a piece of visual art, except it exists through time. If you go to a museum and you look at a painting, it may exist through time for you if you have 45 minutes to spend on one, or a half hour to spend on one work, and sort of delve into it in different ways. But how many of us have the focus to do that unless we're trained, art historians or artists? Right. I think with music, the architecture of the way a piece is put together is something that really does unfold over time. Mm-hmm. Where you're going to end is maybe someplace completely different than you think when you begin. Right. And that's kind of the amazing thing about live music. And so, we just try to create an environment in which you can feel comfortable being there for that time. But beyond that, we really feel like the music speaks, and that, you may hear something different than someone else. And that's your personal and completely, real experience in music. And we would never do anything to change that, to say that, you have to hear what someone else hears. What we try to do is point out certain ways music is put together so that you might feel like you have some things to hold on to. Beyond that, though, we want you to have your own experience, and it's just, that's what we do this for.
Yeah. Well, in your program that you're presenting on July 17th, it's a great program. We start with Haydn, and then we're going to do the Michael Torquay, and then you end with Brahms. And so the audience are going to get the sort of father of the string quartet. And,
right.
And Haydn has such life and such vitality, and I think it totally has relevance to our current state. And so you can bring that kind of new freshness to Haydn early on. Of course, the Torquay is going to be really exciting because we have almost every concert features a Michael Torquay work this year, and then we're finishing with a finale of his music as well. And then the Brahms, I mean, golly, you just can't go wrong with Brahms. I mean, Brahms just has this depth and vigor, and I'm really excited that you guys are doing Brahms.